Hi guys, I am going to try to show you this tutorial on how to make this card. If you saw the video of the card that I made for Lisa, this is called a twist and pop out card. And when you fold it out, when you open it up, it folds out and pops up like this. So, and actually Lisa, since I made yours, I found there's a revised instructions now how to do it. And that's how I did this card. And it's actually so much easier and a little less bulky. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this one because I think everybody will be happy with this one. You can make it this longer way, but it's, like I said, much bulkier. So we're going to make one that's like this. And I will attempt to attach a file with the measurements, but basically you're going to want your card base, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. You'll want two decorative panels for the inside, which are 4 by 3 3/4, and one panel for the outside, which is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. For your 4 panels that you'll decorate for the pop-out mechanism, you have 4 panels that are 2 3/4 inches by 2 1/2 inches. And then this is just a little decorative label that I cut out. And then for the mechanism, the actual part that makes everything pop out, you'll want a piece of cardstock that is 8 1/2 inches by 3. And then your actual pop-out panel where the decorative pieces will go, you'll want 3 inches by 10 3/4. And I've already scored these just to save time, but I will show you. There's one step I'll show you because this is the pop-out panel. You're going to score at 2 5/8, 5 3/8, and 8 inches. And then what you do is you'll have a valley fold, a mountain fold, and a valley fold, so that when you fold them and press them down, you basically want it to stand like an M, like the letter M. So that's that. And then this is the piece we're going to start with today. The mechanism for the pop-out panel. This is your 8 1/2 by 3 inch piece, and it is scored at 2 3/4 and 5 3/4, and then flip it on the short side, the 3 inch side, and score at 1 1/2. Now on this one, the next step, we'll get rid of our scoreboard here. And the next step on this one might be tricky to show on camera, but you're going to take the top right score mark that you just made and the bottom left first score mark that you made. And you're going to want to line them up in the trimmer. You don't want a cut blade. You want the scoring blade. And you're going to score. You're basically creating a diagonal line from the top right of that center square to the bottom left of that center square. And then you're going to flip it over and do the same. Match this top left line to the bottom, and again you're just creating the diagonal line from score line to top to score line to bottom in the center panel, so that you get an X, which I'm sure it's hard to see on camera, but you've got a score line going this way and one going this way. Then you want to take this, well, you'll first fold it up. Let me get rid of this. You're going to just fold your, and then crease it. This is at the 1 1/2 mark. Then for the inside ones, you want to fold down on that center, that one X you made. Unfold it, and then do the same thing for the other, and crease it really good. Okay, now this part is a little tricky. Let's see if I can remember myself. If you pinch, kind of pinch these two and pull them in, and as you do that, it'll form like a little house looking mechanism. And so you take that and then just brandish your edges really well. And another thing that I've seen some people doing, I don't know if it's really necessary, but we'll do it just because I keep seeing everyone else doing it, and I haven't tried it without yet. So just for consistency's sake, some people are taking this bottom, on the long side, put the bottom edge at the 1/4 inch mark, and where this first score is, towards the bottom, just, whoops, I lined it up wrong. Just cut. What's happening? Maybe you have to do it further down so you guys, hopefully you'll still be able to see. Basically, you're just trimming off a little bit on the edges here. It cuts off a little bit of bulk. Like I said, now that they've had this revised version, I'm not sure how necessary this is, but we'll do it. Or maybe I'll just do it on one side and see if it makes a difference. See if you guys can actually skip that step. But anyway, so here's your mechanism. Now you want to take your card base, and the one thing I forgot was my score tape. Okay, so some people use glue. I think for this you need, well, you don't need, but you could use glue. I just don't like glue, but you definitely need a heavy double-sided tape. So I have whatever this sticky tape is. And I just go ahead and lay a couple of pieces just at the top triangle of your piece. You don't want it down in here, you just want it up in the top. And I will lay a couple of these pieces on here. And I hope the tractor noise outside isn't bothering you guys. They decided, just about the time I needed to film, they decided to bring the tractors in. All right, and then I'm just adding the tape again, front and back, just to the triangle section. And maybe one tiny piece, just, you want this part to hold really well, because this is what's going to make your card pop and actually, you know, work the way it's supposed to. Oh, and then I just press these down, just to make sure that on the one side that they're good and stuck, so that when you peel the paper off, they don't come up. Okay, so that is that. And then you open up your card panel, your card base, and you put the top point of the little house mechanism in the center of your card. I'm just eyeballing it. I guess if you're obsessive compulsive, which I usually am, but if you're obsessive compulsive, you could just measure the middle and then just put a tiny dot. Then you can take your pieces off here and fold your card down and just press. Okay, then so you see how it's stuck on that side, so then just flip it around. Do the same thing here. Take the pieces off. Fold down and just press down. Okay. So there you have your piece that's gonna be your pop out. It'll be your pop out panel. So then I'll take, I gotta get my so then we'll take the pop out panel and I'll show you how to do this one. So this is the pop out panel that's 3 inches by 10 3/4, scored at 2 5/8, 5 3/8, and 8 inches. So on this one, you want to lay it down. You want the center score to be in the center of this strip that you just laid down, of the mechanism. So, and they're both 3 inches, so you just kind of line it up. Take your time doing this one because you really do want it centered to make sure everything. So here's the center scoring there, and here's my center line, whoops, on the top panel. And I'm kind of using the since they're both 3 inches, I'm just trying to make sure that they're both kind of laying flat. So then what you want to do is use some sticky tape. I should have cut some pieces before I started filming. Okay, so let's just take, you only want to put tape on the top half on the right side. Do not go all the way down is what I mean. Just from top to the first score line. Do not go beyond that first score line. And I also learned the hard way, do not put the sticky strip on until you have this panel on and you folded this. Because I tried to, first time I just put sticky strip down here. You don't want it going all the way over here. You just want the edge. When you flip this panel, you just want to stick down what shows here when it's folded. So let me take these off. All right, and then you just press that down. Whoops, and in that I somehow wiggled. Let's see if it will. This is the joy of being on camera. When you goof up, everybody sees. Okay, I really don't want to mess this up. I don't want to lose what I've done. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Nice when we can do that, huh? I think it's centered. Yeah, that's centered pretty good. And then, okay. Yeah, see? That never happened. All right, and then on this side, you just want the bottom little rectangular here. So the bottom of this one, we'll just put a few strips here. And I'll do one more strip. And, oh, that completely came off on my fingers. Okay. I've made 2 of these this morning and that has not happened, but of course, when you're filming, it's gonna happen. Okay, this is my last one. Okay.